of participating in the struggle to free Mumia. Everyone in this room, I know, has been part of that struggle. And we just won a huge, huge victory. Huge. The federal courts have never before ordered anyone, a prisoner, to get medical treatment. This is the first time that the federal courts have ordered that. Most of us who've been working on this for months and years were shocked when the news came down. You know, the case with Lynn, I was just telling Lynn, remembering all these judges who sounded liberal at a certain moment, but then ended up, and I have you the courage to take the right positions. Most of us thought this same judge, who sounded liberal a lot of ways, was not going to have the courage to go all the way. He did, and he called the treatment that Mumia and all the other prisoners who have hepatitis C, the treatment that they're getting, barbaric and a violation of the 8th Amendment. And then he backed off from a final decision. This last week, he gave the order that Mumia has to get this treatment within 21 days. And this, which is amazing. Of course, you all are sophisticated enough to know that that doesn't happen automatically, that they're going to try to defeat that in every way possible. They're going to try to appeal it. They're going to try to ignore it. They're going to do everything possible. Now, our job is to force them to implement this and to mobilize like crazy. Petition has been sent out as of today, a call, not a petition, for everyone to call the Department of Corrections phone number, the number in Pennsylvania, in Harrisburg. The secretary's name is Secretary John Wetzel. I'm sure you'll get an email saying call immediately and demand that they not have an appeal. An appeal is going to drag this out. People continue to die. You know, someone was finally given the treatment. They have these barbaric conditions for treatment. Somebody at Gratisford, one of the prisons in Pennsylvania, finally got the treatment. A day later, he died. You know, you can't wait. This is something you can't predict. Somebody could die. Mumia is suffering terribly. He's taking medicine that's totally toxic to make sure that he doesn't itch 24 hours a day. In other words, all it does is relieve the itching, but it has huge side effects. But he wasn't going to give up his life for months and months and months, so he can't write, he said he can't think when he itches night and day like that. So he takes toxic medicine because they won't give him the cure. For those who think the issue is money, it's not. This drug is being produced by the company, costs them $62, and they are charging $90,000 is what, if you go to a hospital or a clinic or whatever, the full payment for full treatment for one person for 3 months, the pills are 1 pill a day. I myself had hepatitis C. I got it covered by my insurance, didn't pay a cent. Lots of us have had that advantage. But if you do not are not under one of those plans, then you have to pay $96,000. It's $1 a pill. It's $1. You have to take this pill every day for about 90 days. It adds up to $96,000. It costs them, let me repeat, $62 to produce. This is Harvoni, the criminal pharmaceutical company that could be giving this out en masse, as it would be in Cuba, as it would be in any humane society. And these motherfuckers are letting people die, die for not getting this medication. So write them, call them. There's email, there's a Twitter number. When you see this email, please, please, call. Was trying to swamp the office in the next few days before they file their appeal. So don't wait a week. Don't wait later. We want this out by Monday to have their numbers swamped. So please do that. It's for Mumia. Mumia loves you all. Mumia's message, for those of you who didn't hear it, is completely makes you cry, thanking everybody for what they did, the incredible accomplishment, and then also acknowledging those who've already died. It's too late to save them. Those in prison who've already died. Mumia was going to call tonight. I don't know what happened with the phones. He really wanted to speak to Bernard. He's always had great love for Bernard and for what he's accomplished. And the big, big struggle that was fought here, all the things that Mimi was saying about Bernard, what Bernard did, people know that. That is a legacy that cannot be taken away from Bernard or the rest of us. So right on, Happy New Year, and let's go on and win!
One correction. We're talking about death camps.
Right.
Stop this prison nonsense.
Right.
People are there, they're dying because they want them dead.
Yeah,
Death camps.
they are.
Try to
Nazi
remember
doctors.
that.
I do. Nazi
Thank you.
doctors. The doctors in Mumia's case all sounded like Nazi doctors. And those of you who were in the courtroom, did you not think of the Nazi doctors when you heard them testify? I can only think of Mengele.
Right, let's hear it, Liz. Thank you.
Okay. We can slide by.